Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reading Desert Lake, the story of Kati Thanda, Lake Eyre by Pamela Freeman and Liz Aneli. Desert Lake, the story of Kati Thanda, Lake Eyre by Pamela Freeman and Liz Aneli. Under the vast blue desert sky, the dry bed of Kati Thanda, Lake Eyre, stretches to the horizon, blinding white with the salt of an ancient sea. The lake looks dead, but it's not. Kati Thanda, Lake Eyre, lies near the center of Australia in a huge desert. The lake is usually dry, but in some years, the rain from the north flow to the lake area and create a mass of water. Beneath the salt crust, frog and fish eggs are buried, waiting. Frogs are safe in deep burrows. Their heartbeats so slow, no one would know they are alive. Below the lake bed, the frogs can sleep for many years. They live off fat and water stored in their bodies. But far up north, clouds are gathering, thunderheads and rain clouds. Rain falls. Rivers fill and break their banks, and water swirls and roars down the empty riverbeds towards the lake. About every 10 years, the inland rivers flood into the lake. The water can flow at 40 kilometers an hour, as fast as a galloping horse. Basking in a billabong, a surprised fish is swept up in the flood and surges down the channel, tumbling and leaping as the wave carries it out onto the dry salt lake. In some floods, the rivers have dumped 8 trillion liters of fresh water into the lake. That is over 3 million Olympic swimming pools full of water. The fresh water mixes with the salt crust to form salty water, just like the ocean. The water touches a buried frog. It wakes, blinking sleepy golden eyes at the newly wet world. Nearby, the frog's eggs laid years ago for this very moment float to the top of the new lake and hatch. Tadpoles wriggle away as fast as they can before the hungry gobbies snap them up. The frogs of Kati Thanda, Lake Eyre, are special. Once they hatch, the tadpoles grow into frogs in just a few weeks. Far, far away, pelicans lift into the sky, hundreds of them, heading for the lake to nest. Their huge wings speed them across the great red desert to the one spot where their babies will be safe from dingoes and foxes, the new islands in the middle of the lake. Pelicans fly as far as 1,500 kilometers to come to the lake when it fills. Some even fly across the Tasman Sea from New Zealand. No one understands how they know that the lake is full of water, but the pelicans don't come in years when the lake is dry. That's interesting. Do you think you might know how they know? The skies above the lake are alive with birds. Shrieking gulls bring fish and insects to feed their babies, who are in woven grass nests, squawking for food. 2 pink-eared ducks whistle to their ducklings to follow close, safe from the wedge-tailed eagle circling high above. Pelicans and gulls both nest in colonies, where hundreds of nests are clustered together on the ground. Smaller birds make nests in shrubs where they are safe from predators. As the desert flames red and gold with sunset, tiny hopping mice emerge from their burrows on the lake shore while the dragon lizards crawl wearily under their stones, safe from the cold night air. The mice and lizards live near the lake all the time, and so do humans, but many of the birds come only when the lake is full. Day after day, flocks of pelicans patrol the lake, but the lake is shrinking. Slowly, the harsh desert sun sucks the lake dry. The gusty winds steal tiny drops from the lake and carry them to become rain somewhere else. Each day, the waters inch back a little further from the shore. Once the initial flood is over, the river dries up. Then there is no more water feeding the lake. Water can stay in the lake for several years, growing gradually saltier and saltier as the surface water evaporates. The frog that first woke, blinking as the water touched her, lays her eggs and then burrows into the cool, deep earth, closing her great golden eyes. Plants also prepare for the dry period. Seaweed and algae release seeds and spores, and root-based plants die back. The seeds and roots, like the animals, can stay alive for years, waiting for the next flood. The shield shrimps bury their tough eggs safely in the soft mud of the lake floor. The pelican chicks are fully fledged, strong and eager to take the uplands of the Eyre, to ride the high winds to the great blue ocean. One day, they will come back to raise their own chicks here. Below them, other birds leave too. Avocets and gulls, ducks and swans. The desert air is quiet. The lake that thrummed with life is still. But some stay to keep watch over the lake. The tiny zebra finches and the hunting birds, kites, wedge-tailed eagles, and owls love the desert in every season and thrive in the dry air. They head out across the red plains to find other waterholes, springs, and hidden billabongs. Strong sun has baked the salt on the lake bed into a crusty roof over the eggs and animals hiding safe below, until the next time the rain falls. About Kati Thanda, Lake Eyre. 100,000 years ago, the inland of Australia was a sea, with many rivers feeding it. The climate became drier over time, and the sea became smaller and smaller, turning into a connected series of lakes, waterholes, and rivers. Kati Thanda Lake Eyre is the biggest of these. It is at the lowest point in Australia, and the rain from 1/6 of the continent drains into it. But since it now rains very rarely inland, the lake is usually dry. And that is the book of Desert Lake, the story of Kati Thanda Lake Eyre, by Pamela Freeman and Aneli. Now, what was this book about? Yep, the desert lake of Kati Thanda Lake Eyre. Now, what did you learn about this lake? What do the animals do when the lake is empty and when the lake is full? Would you ever want to visit this place? Well, that was Desert Lake, the story of Kati Thanda Lake Eyre. If you liked this video, like and subscribe. Bye-bye!